Hi guys, my name is Crystal. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a great Easter so far. It's Easter Monday. Um, my son got me an Easter egg yesterday, so I shall be opening that and seeing what it looks like later on. Sad news that Pope Francis has died over the Easter holidays. Lots of Catholic people are mourning right now. That just came up on my phone this morning. I've got up a lot later. I initially woke up at 7:30 because my Alexa alarm was on, and I just laid back down and I fell asleep till 9 o'clock. I must have been exhausted, so I got up at 9 today. It is Easter Monday anyway, so like I said, good morning everybody. The sun doesn't seem to be shining. It seems to be a bit overcast and a bit chilly again, like it was yesterday. Yesterday I went to Rochester High Street with my son to Wetherspoons. I hadn't been in there before. I'd been to the one in Chatham with my other son, and had a meal in there. But so I found Rochester Wetherspoons better. The food was delicious and the drink was nice, and but you just can't. The people, you know what I mean. Some people are so loud. Years ago, my dad and my mum used to take me into the Dolphin pub in Sydenham, London. The Dolphin pub. I've forgotten the name of the other one, but I remember the Dolphin. I don't know if it's still there. The Dolphin pub, and they used to have a little like statue of a girl in the garden, and I used to run around it. But years ago, people were able to smoke in pubs, smoke inside pubs, and I as a kid remember just walking into pubs when they were just full of smoke. It was just a smog of smoke. So you'd walk in as a child, because they had family rooms, but people smoked, you see. And then it all started, I think, when Roy Castle, an actor, got cancer from inhaling second-hand smoke, and then you're not allowed to smoke in pubs now. But it used to be a smog of smoke and noise. All I could hear was people talking and smoke. So as my son said to me, "Mum, you don't go out very much, and you don't really, know what goes on." So I don't. So sitting in a pub, the last time I sat in a pub was probably in Wetherspoons, and people are loud, and I just want to eat my dinner in peace. And other people, they come and sit right next to you when there are tables free, and start yabbering on. And it was really upsetting to hear women, really slating another woman behind her back. It was just awful. It upset me, and that reminds me why I don't like going out and mixing with other people. That's all. I mean, there are nice people out there, of course there are, and there are. They're few and far between, but there are nice people that don't backstab and are not nasty, but it's finding them in a world which is full of corruption and hate and backbiting, backstabbing. So I prefer to be on my own, and that is another reason why. Today it's a rest day. I am upset that the Pope has died over Easter. It is upsetting, but he was battling health issues, and I think it was expected at some point, but just not over Easter. Someone else has died at 80. I don't know if there's a goalkeeper, sports legend, has died at 80. It's terrible. that's why I want to enjoy my life and just enjoy the rest of it. You know, I don't want all these worries, and neither do disabled and other poor people want all worries when it is nearing their later life. Do you know what I mean? I also rang my mum last night. I'm not a nasty person at all, just to see if she was okay. And my mum is 79 on May the 14th. 79, not 80. My dad would have been 80 on September the 5th. Derek. What I did notice as well while I was outside in restaurants and going into shops was things that represent Satan, the devil. A lot of the prices on the list of foods in Wetherspoons was £6.66, £6.66. There were sweets in the shop called Diablo, which is the devil. The devil is Diablo. 666 Diablo. When I was in Medway Hospital, me and my dad used to take me up there sometimes. My father in his cars. Windmill taxis was 666 666. The number of the beast. 666 666. Max. Somebody's banging. They're just slamming the door, darling. It's not the front door. Let me get my coffee. There's a dog. There's like a bang near the door. He's going to bark. But I'm here and I can stop him. So he's not incessantly barking, is he? Now I've dropped my coffee over my trousers. Lovely. They shut their door. They slam it really hard. So what have I got? Nothing today. Today is Easter Monday. My other son wished me happy Easter over WhatsApp, and he sent me a few videos of the Wurzels, which is an old band that my dad would have listened to. You know, it is upsetting because the musicians of my day, Madonna, she's in her 60s. Paul Young is in his 60s. Adam Ant is in his 60s. All the people that I listened to when I was younger are getting old, and they're going to pass on at some point, and that is just life, isn't it? It's life. I was on TikTok, I think yesterday, and a woman lost her dog 6 years ago. Looks like a Chihuahua. Foreign lady, she looks Asian in origin. She's had her dog stuffed. It's called taxidermy. So I'm on TikTok and there's a woman holding a stuffed, what looks like Chihuahua, but it's black. It's not brown, it's black. So she's got a small dog resting as if it was sleeping, but she's stuffed it. I mean, TikTok knows no bounds, does it? You can look up anything on TikTok. They show you how a body is cremated. They do. They go through the cremation process. You've got like forensic police or something like that. They're showing you the state of a home when a body has been lying there for 4 months and melted into the floor. They do. They show you everything. So nothing is a mystery anymore. Nothing, I suppose nothing is a shock, is it? Since social media, everything is out even in the open, even the death process. Which can be quite alarming for some people, but what can I say? So my son went back. I took Max out last night on my own. I was feeling dizzy. The first thing that usually happens when my sons go back home is like there is a waft of weed all over the place and some fella sat on a bench. Same yesterday. waft of weed, and it was really strong. It just wasn't a little bit. It's like someone had been sat smoking it for a long time, and there was a hazy mist and smell of stale marijuana. I don't smoke drugs. I never have smoked weed at all. And I'm not a fan of weed. I don't promote it on my Facebook or anywhere because I don't use it. I blow balloons up, but I don't smoke weed. So immediately I get the ganja headache. The ganja headache. When I come home, I get a headache. Open the windows, put the fans on, and just relax and don't get cross. But everything that you report no one does anything, and when no one does anything, it will get worse, not better. So I think the tents had gone. I walked home, came into my flat. He was in upstairs. They were making noise next door, and they do right up till sometimes 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I just put up with it, put earplugs on, put my radio up loud and ignore them, because they want you to get cross. These people get paid to upset you and get cross. Now, yesterday was particularly nasty. And I did almost get really upset whilst I was having a coffee in Costa's in Rochester, but my son, said, "Mum, that's what people are like. That's what people are like. Just, it's not against you. They're not laughing at you. They're not saying things about you. They're just having a conversation. It's normal." When the conversation is about fat people, fat, ugly, slaggy people, like these women in Wetherspoons were talking about slaggy fat person. You know what I mean? When I was walking across the road from Costa's to get over the other side of the road, a woman laughed in my bad ear. And I told you that gang stalkers do this. They do this. They've got access to my medical notes. They hack your online medical notes and all about you. They know everything. And it was a posh bitch that said I couldn't move out of this flat unless I had stage 4 cancer or a terminal illness. So this woman gets this close to my ear, past it, like a fucking witch. Had I not been with my son, I would have said, "What the fuck are you doing?" But I was with my son and I didn't want to do that. It's gang stalking. When you start talking about abuse, and I was having a conversation with my son in Costa Coffee, it was supposed to be private. They were laughing over me speaking, laughing. And I said to my son, I said, "I'm very sorry." I said, "You and I were having a personal private conversation about something quite upsetting, and they just bursted out laughing really loudly." They are sent to spy, to listen, to disrupt. And whenever I'm talking to someone or whenever I'm enjoying myself, right, they try and spoil it. They didn't spoil it. My son and I went on to have a lovely meal, and I'd got some lovely stuff in the charity shop, and you just ignore it. It's hard to. You feel like punching them in the face. I won't deny the fact. In 2008, when I was, I'd been homeless, in a homeless accommodation. I'd been in a women's refuge. I'd been struggling. And I lost my temper. I got into fights. I got into struggles. I was angry. I shouldn't have been homeless. I should have been helped, and so should have my children. And I ended up in a women's refuge because that's where they threw me. Just threw me in there because I didn't know what to do. I said, I don't want to be in a women's refuge. I want to live in a flat on my own. No, you've got to go here. There's nowhere else. And the women in that women's refuge treated me like shite. And there was a black woman in there called Jenny. My mother's name is Jennifer. And they had red and black hoovers, like royal colours, Henry hoovers, not blue and black like they are now, some of them, these hoovers. They were red and black, royal colours. I was forced to hoover the floor pregnant. Absolutely disgusting. They got away with that, treating me like shit, making up stupid rules, telling me I couldn't even keep a goldfish. I'd get evicted for owning a bloody goldfish. I was interviewed a week before Christmas. They do this. This is what they do. They make shit up. So you know, now they're changing me over to Universal Credit. I have gone online and learnt what they can and cannot do with disabled people. So I'm clued up on it. Some of these workers are paid to get people off of benefit or stop people claiming benefit. They are told to put a claimant off the phone, put them off. Say things to put claimants off the phone. So you mustn't get angry over the phone. If one of them comes out with something ridiculous, hang on to that phone call and keep going with your stuff, because I've got pissed off with what people have said to me over the phone, and then they accuse you of being rude and put the phone down. And you're not being rude at all. You're just asking questions. So you have to keep going, keep being strong. They are paid, I did tell you, they're paying doctors £20 to stop people being sent to the hospital. Believe me, they are paying people to try and destroy my life, but I'm not stupid and I'll keep carrying on. They don't want you to claim a benefit. They want you out on the street. They don't want you to have access to a phone, to a computer, to money, so that you can find these people out. So I'm keeping going. It looks like I will have to have an interview at some time, but if you are on ESA, on the disability elements, then you should migrate over to Universal Credit without being hassled about your illnesses. Right? I know. Now I'm taking a phone call Tuesday, and some people are saying that it's difficult, that they've had it as well. They want you to prove your ID over the phone. You end up not being able to. You're pulled into the job centre. Right? And I've claimed ESA for years. White, British, female. I've got these conditions. So why are they doing this? Why are they doing it? Because some people are you know, fooling the system. They're fraudulently claiming. That's what's happened, and the government's clamping down on it. But innocent disabled people are getting caught up in the process because some people are breaking the law. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and happy birthday to James Newell Osterberg Jr., better known as Iggy Pop. Fun fact, he owns a cockatoo named Biggie Pop.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. It's 9:36 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Monday the 21st of April.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Currently, in Rochester it's 10 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can expect showers, with a high of 16 degrees and a low of 6 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
How did the electrician know she was in love? Sparks were flying.
And Alexa, who was born on this day? Alexa, who was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 21st of April include Elizabeth II, Sarah Catherine Hook, James McAvoy, Iggy Pop, and Andy McDowell.
So it would have been Elizabeth II's birthday today. Alexa, how old would Elizabeth II have been?
As of the 21st of April 2025, Elizabeth II would be 99 years old.
She'd have been 99. Wow. So guys, Easter Monday. My ESA is due to be stopped at the end, or well, I think it's the end of July. So I've got then and to sort Universal Credit out, so it's a good time to get started. I've got a few months to get it sorted out. If they are, kicking up a fuss over my ID. Now I've been told that when you go to a work assessment interview, which you shouldn't, if you've migrated over from ESA to Universal Credit on the disability element, you should not have to go for a work assessment interview. You shouldn't. So you have to tell them that you've migrated over from ESA and that, all your illnesses are recorded on there. Now I've got massive loads of paperwork with what's wrong with myself. Massive loads of it. I just need an updated letter from my doctor, which they're not sending me. They haven't even answered me. So I'm going back in May to the doctors. They're just ignoring me. They're not. I need something saying that Crystal's got this and this, and they are not listening to me because they're part of it as well. Anything to make life difficult so that you give up, and I won't give up. I never will. So I've just digging around yesterday for obviously evidence of who I am. And I've got my COVID jab certificate as well. I've got my COVID jab certificate. I've got my voter's certificate with my photograph on. I've got my hospital number and my national insurance number. Surely that's enough. Surely it is. Got my bank card. I've been with Barclays Bank for a while now, so apparently they're spying into people's bank accounts. Well, there's nothing in mine, so good luck with that. Yeah, life goes on. People die, people are born, and people's their elderly life should be full of peace and rest, but it isn't. Life is just so hard every day, and it can be so spiteful. And young people, probably I was guilty of it when I was younger. When you're 20, you think you're going to live forever. You think your beauty, your lovely skin's going to stay forever. No, you get wrinkled, you get old. So, these young people don't realise when they're taking the piss out of the elderly and disabled people that when they're 50 plus, they're going to get wrinkles, they're going to get old. And when a woman gets pregnant, her belly is never the same. It never is the same as it was before you got pregnant. I'm going to go now. I hope everybody has a great day and see you later.